All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. Why does that look so... Hold on. That's better. Anyway, how does it go? How does it sound, rather? How does it go? How does it sound? No, you didn't miss anything. C-Mac, Mr. Landfill, Kevin Grip, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. WTC, Henry, Ride or Die, Teddy Roosevelt, Amanda, Dan Phillips, Dobie, thank you for the 5x5. Scott says there's some echo. Ed Cronin, Cali Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Prep Rebel, Mike, Adriana, Cat Lady, thank you for the 5x5. Hook said loud and clear. All right, very good. Sue Tampa, Flame Claw, what's going on? William Case, thank you for the 5x5. Loud and clear and intelligible. All right, loud and clear to me. All right, good. So no echo. Crystal clear, Edward said. All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so the hell am I talking about tonight? I always, you know what, man? This old age bullshit's for the fucking birds. So today we're talking about how will they depopulate the human race. So I came up with this because, not that it's dawning on me, but I hope a lot of you are realizing that things are being said on, well, supposedly it's by accident, but I think it's on purpose. Lori, thank you for the 5x5. Sarita, thank you for the 5x5. Axeman, thank you for the 5x5. So, clearly, guys, there are things in the works for us. And I say us, I mean the human race. I don't think, as preppers, I think a lot of us are a little too skeptical about a lot of things to let it affect us or let us fall into that trap. Though that trap of depopulation is going to look like many things. Not just one thing, not, an arm ticket or a chemical. It's going to look like many things that I think is going to add up over time. So apparently I'm looking at certain situations now and I'm like, could that be part of the depopulation? Right? Could it be dwindling our numbers, letting a bunch of things happen so that in the end it totals out to the number that they want? The World Economic Forum, the 2050 agenda, there's a number that they're going after, and it was something like 25% or 30% of the world's population that they want gone. And so that's a lot of people. And I thought I read somewhere else that they wanted more, upwards of 40 to 45%, but some reason not 50. I don't get it. Anyway, with that, guys, it's definitely more than the arm ticket. And I'm starting to look at the bigger picture. See, they have us focused on just arm tickets. And we're all like, you see, they're releasing this new one now, they're releasing that new one now, and they're trying to get us. I think there are other things at play, and we're going to discuss a lot of that tonight, because I think they were trying to get one over on all of us. And I think a lot of us are catching on, at least I hope a lot of us are catching on. And if we're not, hopefully this live stream tonight can enlighten the possibility of other angles they might be taking. Now, I'm not saying that this is law, that this is the angle they're going at. I'm just saying that this is the possibility that they could be going after these other angles. The arm ticket is definitely one. That's without a doubt. Food supply, we're going to talk about in a little bit as well. I think that's going to be, they're going to hit that note too, but not before they hit other things that, again, we're not even looking at, but I just noticed about a day ago. I started looking at a couple things. I'm like, wait a second, what are the fucking chances of them going down this road and doing X, Y, and Z, right? So, give me 2 seconds. So they're definitely, guys, going to start hitting the food supply, but I don't want to go down that road just yet. What I want to talk about is, I hope this doesn't get the, if it gets it demonetized, it's fine. But the one thing about, I explained this before, guys, the one thing about your videos being demonetized is it also gets shown less. That's why a lot of YouTubers, I just understood this just the other day. I've been on YouTube for over 10 years, and it just clicked, or rather I just found out that when your video is demonetized, it's shown a lot less. I don't know why I didn't notice, but I noticed now. And that's probably why a lot of people don't want their shit to get demonetized. It's not about the money, it's about the message. And for every time they demonetize a video, whether it's mine or somebody else's, they're lessening the amount that it could be shown. That makes sense. Anyway, and we're seeing that now with RFK. They're deleting his videos left and right. But RFK, I was listening to him speak. I don't like the way the guy sounds. Like, almost based on that, I wouldn't vote for him because he sounds like a rat and a cat together. I've never heard anybody sound like that. I never heard a grown man sound like that. It's a put off. Like when you hear his voice for the first time. And I've heard him talk before, but maybe this video they were amplifying his voice. But whatever it was, man, I almost threw myself out of a window. It was so annoying. Anyway, with that being said, guys, Texas Patriot says World War III, food supply issues, replay of 2020 with the new Rona, more violence in big cities, etc. Not Texas. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Texia? Patriot. Yes, but we're going to stick to, well, violence in the city is twofold. That's two issues that's like another live stream altogether. But whatever. Virginia Bushcrafter, for the duration, for as long as your channel's up. So once the video gets demonetized, if you win that what do they call it? If you fight against it and you win, then it gets shown a lot more. But what they normally try to do, guys, is they'll demonetize. We're going to use me as an example. They'll demonetize my video within the first 24 hours. The first 24 to 48 are crucial for videos, unless it goes viral. And I had a couple of videos go viral. So in the first 24, 48 hours, they like to stretch the demonetization. Sometimes they're really fast about it. Sometimes they'll do it within the first hour or two of you fighting against it. And then other times they'll take up to 3-4 days. Now after the third day, the video doesn't matter anymore, right? And so it affects you that way because now it's shown less because no one's looking for it. So if a video is demonetized, I'll start announcing it, and so maybe more people will share it. So the demonetized videos, I want to be shared more because it screws with their algorithm, right? Because they're like, why so many people watching this guy's video? It's demonetized. There shouldn't be this much action. Well, we're going to fuck their action right in the ass. And we're going to, So now, that being said, what I just said, that could demonetize it as well, but who cares? If it is, I'll start sharing the demonetized videos so that they're shown a little more. And again, it screws with their algorithm. So anyway, thank you for the donation. Divinely, thank you for that. Double D Homestead, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So, guys, let's jump into this the shit fuck piss of a depopulation fest that they're going to run. Like I said, guys, they're not going down one avenue. They're going down multiple. So, obviously, and this is how I'm looking at it. Again, not the smartest man in the world. I'm trying to put things together. If they depopulate us over or with one thing, the arm ticket, everybody's going to catch on. Everybody's going to look at that and go, holy shit, it's this. But if you start spreading it out over different events, different techniques, different situations, people are going to miss it. They're not going to see it at all. Bad enough, guys, they're trying to blame excessive exercising as a reason for overweight Americans dying of heart attacks. We know what's causing heart attacks. We don't have to say it. But they're trying to say now that exercising or exercising excessively can put certain people at risk of a heart attack or stroke. When they said stroke, I was like, motherfuckers. They're really trying to go down this road. They're trying to go down this road by trying to keep people from working out. They're trying to go down this road by telling people that if they work out too much, they could suffer from a stroke. And they said excessive. Though I tell everybody, I tell all the fat folks who haven't touched a weight or looked at a workout plan in years, start walking. Don't go to the gym and try to emulate what you used to do when you were 16 and you're now 56. Don't do that. Start walking. Walk with a backpack, walk with a weighted vest. Just go for a walk with nothing on. Just go walking, right? And that's going to shed a lot of weight because your body's going to be like, what the fuck's going on? You don't have to immediately jump into CrossFit or start deadlifting again. Start slow because they're trying to start a narrative for more people suffering from more ailments, and we know what those ailments are. So again, guys, beware of the bullshit because they're going to try a lot. They're going to sit there and go, well, that fat dude started working out and he keeled over from a heart attack. Now, before I dive into this to the video, sorry about this, but I was talking to a guy I know, I grew up with, and his name is Mike. We used to call him Cripple Mike, but now he's still Cripple Mike. Anyway, so we're talking to him, I'm talking to him, and we talked about somebody passing away. And I go, yeah, man, it was that arm ticket. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, the thing, man, the fucking Mr. 19 thing in the arm. And he goes, really? He goes, what made you say that? I'm like, are you not paying attention to what's going on? And another buddy next to me is like, yeah, man. He goes, I didn't take that shit. And I go, I didn't take it either. He goes, his fucking face dropped. And I looked at him and wanted to start laughing. Almost felt bad for him. But I was like, he goes, what do you mean? I said, you didn't hear about these airline pilots that are passing out behind the controls? You didn't hear about these sports athletes that are just passing out all of a sudden and not making it? Look what happened to Jamie Foxx, right? And I'm going down all the shit. I said, have you ever seen this many people not making it all of a sudden, or their heart stopping for no apparent reason? And he's like, no. He goes, but I took the shot. I go, because you're stupid. But I said, you're not stupid anymore. You're hanging with us. Don't do it again. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm not. Now, the crazy shit is, he took my word for it. Instead of just doing his own research, he took my word for it. But what was more alarming was that he didn't even realize that this was going on. And so, of course, guys, the media is not talking about it like they should. Everybody is turning around and saying, well, it's not this, it's not that. It's got to be their drug use back when they were 2 years old. Or it's got to be mommy didn't breastfeed them when they was 8 years old. Like they're making up all these ridiculous excuses instead of looking at X, Y, and Z. I told him about overseas, how a lot of places are no longer playing that game with the arm ticket. He's like, really? He goes, I didn't know this. I'm going, well, you got to start reading the fucking newspaper. Not even reading newspaper, just go online and research this shit. So anyway, the look of his face and the way it dropped, man, he goes, but I took it. I go, why did you take it? He goes, because I didn't want to get sick. I'm like, Negro, you fucking, we call you Cripple Mike for a reason. It couldn't got any worse if you had it. So anyway, with that guy, he's like, yeah, man, I'm never going to take it again. I'm like, listen, don't take my word for it, man. Do your fucking research. Look up the shit that's going on. Pay attention to doctors who are taking a stand against this. I said, you don't have to take my word for it. Listen, I appreciate that people will listen to me and know that I'm not lying, but you still got to do your research. You still got to do your due diligence and look shit up and make sure that the person that you're listening to is not flubbing. For example, the tornado that hit the Pfizer building down south. What was it? The Rocky Mount, North Carolina, right? According to Rocky Mount's website, Pfizer website, there were no 19 arm tickets in there. Like zero. And, no, not Purple Mike, Cripple Mike. No, yeah, it's Cripple. He has a cripple hand. He had a fucked up hand since he was a kid. That's why we call him Cripple Mike. Anyway, he's not like legitimately limping or anything. He just has a fucked up hand. And that building was hit by a tornado, but there were no arm tickets in there, at least according to the website. And I doubt they went on the website to change that. And then looking at the facility itself, I'm like, even if there were 19 shots in there, Mr. 19 shots in there, that's going to create a lot of problems with other medications that were in there, right? So a lot of people like the whole place is filled with Mr. 19. And I looked at the picture and I'm like, nope, not at all. There were definitely other meds in there. It wasn't fucking arm tickets alone. And, I don't think a lot of people fought back, but the problem is, guys, even conservative sites, without doing their research, were posting shit and saying that, arm tickets were destroyed in this tornado. And I looked at the building, and it already dawned on me it wasn't that. And it dawned on me that that facility was too big for nothing but arm tickets. So I had to do the research. And, of course, the research said that there were neuromuscle blockers, injectables, I guess diabetic medications. There were multiple shit in there. I think Mr. 19 are stored in other buildings and probably maybe one or two facilities. But this was a giant building. Anyway, not the point. Well, no, the point is, guys, I'm sorry. The point is that we got to be careful of the information we start spreading. Because a lot of people that I look up to, if you will, on social media, not so much look up to, but I agree with them, they were posting this shit. They were reposting garbage, lies. And we cannot become liberal Democrat puke fake fucks. We can't do it, guys. Yes, Patty, yes, there were anesthesia meds in there as well. That's the other thing, painkillers and shit, especially for surgeries and stuff were in there. Thank you, Patty, yes. Right, so there were a lot of other things in there, and people kept saying it was the arm ticket. I'm like, no, it wasn't. They said there's no way. And again, I looked at the building, looked at some of the pictures, and identified some of the things I saw in there, and I go, that's not it. It's not the building it would have been in. Anyway, and it didn't look like a refrigerated building, and 19 shots have to be refrigerated. I looked at it again, so I did a short, and it looked like it might have been a refrigerated building, except for there weren't any, things on the top of the building. There were just a lot of vents. So, I should take the short down. But anyway, my point is, guys, that we got to fucking be careful about what we repeat. And a lot of people are repeating garbage or making shit up. And it makes conservatives and it makes Republicans look bad. That is why we got to be careful. Because there's a Democratic demon fucking acting like a conservative, typing away and going, oh my God, look at this. All the Mr. 19 shots were destroyed by this tornado. Meanwhile, there was nothing in there. So now, conservatives and Republicans are going to start looking like assholes once they find out what was really in there. We have to be fucking careful. That's the bottom line. Anyway, guys, sorry about that short rant. So, with that, guys, Kamala Harris, right, our favorite idiot. YouTube's acting up again. Yeah, they're probably going to shut it down tonight. We'll see. I'm not having any problems on my end. But our favorite idiot vice president, Kamala Harris, mentioned depopulation, or rather, reduce population to save the planet so that more kids can have clean drinking water and more food. She said this during let me pull this up, a Fight the Climate Change speech. It was Invest in America. So it was a speech for Invest in America to fight climate change, and she mentioned that. Now, I am doing a video on that. That'll probably come out maybe Saturday. Maybe if not, it'll be Monday. And yeah, guys, that was bad, right? That in itself was bad because these people are seemingly letting it slip. The WEF, they're not letting it slip. They're pretty upfront about it. So you know what? Maybe they're not letting it slip. Maybe they're starting to mention it more and more. so that people get used to the idea, right? So you let the World Economic Forum talk about depopulation, and people go, that doesn't sound right. And then the more they mention it, it goes over your head because you're getting used to it. So again, frog in a pot. Frog in a pot works with the normies. It doesn't work with us, though sometimes we're a little too on it. Nonetheless, guys, they're trying to get the population, the peoples, used to this kind of commenting, right? So the World Economic Forum says the same thing. They've been stating the same thing for years now. This has been a part of the 2030 and the 2050 agenda for a long time. Now, a lot of you can look up the 2030, 2050 agenda, and you'll look at websites that were talking about this shit 15, 20 years ago, especially when the internet first started. You'll see this information pop up. Now, you'll look at it and go, they were talking about this shit in 2000, 2002, 2005. We are in 2023, and now we're seeing the plan unfold. Now, of course, guys, if you read that shit back in 2000, you looked at it and went, these motherfuckers are out of their mind. They are straight crazy. What are they talking about? Releasing something and killing half the population and wanting more resources to themselves and yada, yada, yada. We're seeing it firsthand as we speak. So, one of the ways that they're going to start reducing humans is legalizing, and we've seen it already, legalization of assisted suicide. I think this is part of the World Economic Forum's agenda. They are legalizing this assisted offing, if you will, of a human because it will absolutely add to the depopulation protocol. Now, Canada has a they have a program called Medical Assistance in Dying Program, known as MAID. Believe that shit. So now anytime I hear MAID, I'm going to think about this. You hear the MAID is coming, Medical Assistant in Dying is coming. So anyway, so they started this program, and it's an experimental program. I thought it was established. They're still calling it experimental, at least in the articles I was reading. So in 2016, it began with those terminal ill people. So Canada started it for the terminally ill. In 2021, it expanded to those with incurable diseases, but not terminal. So incurable diseases, guys, could be anything like herpes, AIDS, psoriasis, propecia, whatever that shit Jada Pinkett had, right? It's a incurable disease, but it's not terminal. So next year, 2024, they're going to allow, and get this, mentally ill people to start offing themselves or medically assist themselves to off themselves. If you're going to let people talk about, you're going to let insane people off themselves, that to me speaks volumes. Amanda Wilkinson, no problem. And so there is so that means anybody, guys, can come into the office. Sure Skeptic, thank you for the donation. Yes, a Sure Skeptic. I noticed that too. Major car accidents, medical episodes have been the excuse. Absolutely. I've noticed that here in New York. A lot of that going on. They even suggested it to a combat vet looking for help. Prepper Rebel, I heard about that. I wanted to know more about that. I did hear about that. I didn't add it in because I wasn't sure. Sanity Valor, thank you for the donation. So, yeah, guys, I'm looking at this as, so now you're going to let mentally ill people make this decision. Guy comes in and goes, well, Doc, I want to be part of the MAID program. And he's like, well, why? Well, because Michael Jackson told me to meet him at the pearly gates. And the doctor goes, really? Michael Jackson told you to do? Okay, and signs him the fucking form, and then 15-day waiting period or some shit, and I think they want to knock that down in Canada. So I think it's a 15-day waiting period, and then they have to do it again, and then wait however many days until they get authorized, and they want to cut that down to 7 days or something like that. So it's been said and I've heard this a couple of times, doctors have brought up this MAID program, this assisted offing program, to people before people bring it up. So, you're fucking 85 years old. You're like, Doc, my hip hurts. You're like, hey, you interested in the MAID program? And he goes, what's that? Well, that's where you off yourself. You're no good. Your hip's hurting you. You broke it 3 times already. Another surgery might kill you. So you know what? How about we just help you along. We just help you along, and we get you in this program. And guess what? You'll go to sleep. You'll stare at fucking, mountains of Sweden as you go to sleep with birds chirping in the air. And, and you go to sleep peacefully. And they're offering this shit to people. I mean, like, what else is next? Like, oh, man, you broke your toe? Hey, you want to join the MAID program? I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. They're pushing this agenda on people before people even recognize that they need it, which they don't, unless, again, you have terminal illness. Now, listen, I do agree with it to a point. I think if you have, like, brain cancer or something really fucked up that's going to hurt a lot, and brain cancer can hurt a lot, if you are suffering like that, by all means. If you're coming down with Alzheimer's and it's going to get bad, I can see that. That I understand. But because you stubbed your toe on driftwood, and you're like, oh, whatever. Letitia, no, there's not. As of right now, it still is. They're looking to cut it down to 7 days. They haven't done it yet. And this article was early last month or late last month. Sorry, June, if I'm not mistaken. But if I am wrong, let me know. So, guys, here's the direction it's going in. The direction it's going in is that they're going to start offering it to poor people, homeless people. You know those homeless people that stink and lick the walls for no apparent reason because they got psych issues as well? They're going to start offering it to them. They're going to, holy shit, Dick-Face Johnny, what the fuck happened to you? You look like shit. Hey, you want to join the MAID program? And he's like, what's that? Oh, that's where we put you to sleep. And you have a nice slumber. Doesn't tell him how long. He'll lie to him. And then they'll go, oh, okay. And then they'll put Dick-Face Johnny to sleep and he'll never wake up. Now, that's a little extreme, but look what they did to Native American women when they were giving them hysterectomies. I forgot what the excuse they were using. It was a bullshit excuse. I remember that much. Nonetheless, they gave them this bullshit excuse and they gave them hysterectomies so they couldn't have kids anymore. I see this going the same fucking route in Canada first. Here, a lot of states, and I'm surprised New York is sort of like not really for it. Now, there are a couple politicians pushing it here in New York, but not like you would have thought. I was looking for New York. They were like, they're not really trying to push it here. That's the crazy shit. Amanda Wilkinson, thank you. You don't have to send me anything via Cash App. I don't even have the Cash App link. But thank you. Thank you for even thinking about it. So, guys, the United States has 10 states, including Washington, D.C. They have a MAID program as well, but the eligibility for it is a lot tougher. In Canada, you could say, listen, man, I don't want to do it anymore. I just can't. I got itchy dick syndrome, and it won't go away. That's a long-term disease that's incurable. It's probably STDs, but not the point. And then the doctor goes, you got what? Itchy dick syndrome. You know what? Here you go. Have a nice trip. I can see them handing this shit out like candy, man. Like, seriously, like candy. They were like, oh, here you guys go. And in the United States, it's so much tougher. In the United States, it's 15 days. It's the same as Canada, or the same as what Canada was. And it's, 15-day wait. Then you got to get interviewed to make sure that you're making the right call. And then if in that 15 days it expires, they have to do it all over again. Yes, Brian Barbie, gold bond will work, right? So, listen, man, I at least with the United States, I'm a little surprised that they're not that liberal, with the exception of Washington State, which Washington State makes it easier for patients to meet their demise by shortening their wait time and having drugs mailed to them instead of being an in-person pickup. Patients oral requests is down to 7 days from 15, and they eliminate the 2-day waiting period for the prescription of drugs. So what I can see with this, guys, is I can also see husbands and or wives offing their husband and or wives by getting these drugs, sprinkling this shit in their pancakes in the morning, and watching them go to sleep and never waking up again. I also see that happening as well. But again, Washington is very liberal. Oregon's up there on the list. I forgot the 10 states, but I know Oregon's up there. Montana has something that's like it, that is it, but Montana's like the toughest state out of all of them. I think Maine is another one. I think Jersey was on that list, and a couple other states, and then Washington, D.C. So now, guys, with the MAID program, or the Assisted Offing Program, if you will, I see that as a World Economic Forum. I see the World Economic Forum pushing that. Hey, guys, we're running out of food. We're going to have a major food crisis coming up really soon. So maybe you guys want to put yourself to sleep. Cryogenic sleeping will wake you up again. Meanwhile, you go to sleep, you never wake up again, and you wonder why you're shaking Jesus' hand. You're like, whoa, what the fuck happened? You know? And Jesus is like, well, you believe the wrong fucking idiot. But you can come in, you know, like, well, maybe he won't invite you in because you're such an idiot for believing their bullshit. But anyway, man, that is one hell of a name, man. But thank you for the donation. Suspicious Observer YouTube. DWP, I don't even know how to pronounce that, and I'm not going to, but thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. So, guys, this is not... I would love to sit there and think that, you know, everything I'm saying is an assumption. It's a conspiracy theory, that there's one side of me that hope it doesn't come true, but there's another side of me that hope it does, because then I'll be like, aha, screaming from the top of a mountain, fuck you guys, I was right. But this is one of those things I don't want to be right about. Because, unfortunately, guys, they're going to be pushing this a lot more in those countries, and then we're probably going to see it here. We're going to see people like, again, Washington and Oregon go, well, you know what? We should make it a lot easier. You know what? Maybe we should just have them walk in and say that they don't want to live anymore. This is going to save us on so much money in healthcare, because that's how initially it was pushed. And I forgot what country that was the first country to initiate this. They were like, it's going to save money on healthcare. Why should we pay money into people who are going to die anyway? Now, doctors started that argument almost 30, 40 years ago, if not 50 years ago, when they were like, why should we pump so much services into a person that's going to die? And there's one side of me that understands that. I get it. Because listen, I got a terminal illness. I'm not going to the hospital to waste their fucking supplies and knowing that I'm going to die in 6 months. Right? If I know that I am terminally ill and I am fucked, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm not going to waste my family's time. I'm not going to sit there and whittle away. So you got this picture of me looking like the way I am, and then the next picture I'm all in a fucking chair, eyes sunken in, all fucked up and shit. No, thank you. Fucking push me off a cliff, or throw me out of a plane, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. But I'm not going to sit there and take valuable resources. Now, Katie, it is wrong. But like, again, that should be up to the individual person. It shouldn't be up to the government to decide, because that's what's happening. The government is starting to make these rules, and then sooner or later, guys, they're going to make the decision. Katie, I think it was Sweden. I want to say it was Sweden, but I'm not sure. Gavin Network, I have not gotten crypto yet. I was into crypto, not so much anymore. That's a different conversation for a different day. Yo, is it me, or am I getting old to what a point I can't find this arrow anymore? I know you can make it a little bigger. I refuse to make it bigger, because then if I make it bigger, I'm giving into the fact that I can't see anymore. But every time, you ever like try to scroll around the mouse pad to see if it comes on your screen? And with this one specifically, it jumps onto the iPad, which is sitting right here. So if I go left, it's on my fucking iPad. Anyway, I probably am getting old. My fucking eyes are going. Whatever. We're not going to discuss this today. Not today. So, the other part of the World Economic Forum plan, guys, is the arm tickets. Now, right now, they are working on multiple arm tickets with the mRNA protocol. Dan Phillips said old. Yeah, I guess I am. That and when technology starts wowing me, I know I'm really old. You know when your parents, you give your parents a new device, they're like, oh my God, look at that. And, and they get the, oh my God, I could FaceTime my grandkids. When you start doing that shit, you're old. You're like, holy shit. Like, I look at technology now, man. I went to a hotel the other day and I was able to open it with my phone. And I'm sitting out there like a fucking child, pressing it, unlocking the door. Like a fucking retarded monkey. I'm like, holy shit. Look at that. That's fucking cool. Like an idiot. Then I run downstairs to the gym. And you could do the same thing in the gym. You go, holy shit. Adriana, I still have Cash App. I still do. I just don't know if I have the link. Maybe I still do. Maybe I don't think so. I don't see it here. I thought I did. Whatever. I'll put it up. I took it down for a reason. I did have the link in here, but I did take it down because of the financial crunch and all that other bullshit. I want people to save their money. That's why I took it down. So yes, I do apologize for that. Anyway, with that, guys, yeah, this depopulation protocol is looking like a lot of other things, but they're trying to spread it out so that it doesn't look like one thing, it looks like multiple things. Now, again, back to the ARM tickets, they have Mr. 19 and then they got RSV, right? And so with both of those guys, they're doing a combo shot later this year. Yeah, I still have it here. Adriana, yep. Yeah, it's here. I don't even know how to pass this on. If I wanted to, I don't know how to pass this on. Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe if it whatever. Let's see. No, there it is. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. So, guys, new pandemics. That's another one. And Dan Phillips said you could donate a can of Spam to me. Yeah, if you want to watch it get hacked in half with an axe. Or borrow a friend's firearm and shoot it to shit to dead. Till it's dead multiple times. But anyway, new pandemics, guys. We're definitely seeing this new one that they're worried about. The Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever. Also known as CCHF. We're watching that. We're watching tick-borne disease called Oz that killed its first victim in Japan. We have RSV that they're worried about. They're comboing RSV, Mr. 19, and the flu in one shot, in one syringe using mRNA. So be very, very careful of that if you're going to fall into the bullshit. Because if they're comboing shots using that technology, that's going to be a problem. And a lot of people are going to experience that problem once they get it introduced. So, guys, there's a couple of other diseases that they're looking at. I think there's going to be a respiratory issue come this fall or winter. RSV might be it, or it could be something a lot more heinous. I don't know. But if I'm reading the signs correctly and I'm starting to see things, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm really wrong, but I think that this next big Mr. 19 is going to affect kids. A large majority of kids. It's going to be focused on them. Jeff says the earth is still flat. They always try to get me. Not today, Jeff. You go fuck yourself. I'm not falling into that trap. But the Deagle Report 2020, Deagle Depopulation 2025. I'm pretty sure I read that, Storm. Pretty sure I have. But AIDS 2.0. Yeah, AIDS 2.0, it's going to infect one community and one community only. You know, they were talking about monkeypox 2 months ago, because it was Pride, and they had to warn them. They were like, listen, guys, if you guys are going to be dancing naked with your dick hanging out, beware of monkeypox coming back. If you still have monkeypox after all of the arm tickets they took for that, you should have seen them lining up for it. I've never seen anything like it. These guys are like, instead of being responsible, they were taking arm tickets for this monkeypox. I couldn't believe it. They were sitting there like If you would have told me there's a disease out there that's going to make my dick fall off and my face look like the Elephant Man, I'm going to be the most celibate gay guy in the world. But instead, and or use condoms. But instead of being responsible and waiting till this thing dried up, they went and took the arm ticket, and now I'm wondering what the effects of that is. But I don't want to go down that road because that's just going to piss me off too. But I couldn't believe the amount of people that fucking lined up for that bullshit. They were like, oh God, it's June. Time to take your monkeypox shot. Like, seriously, dude, grow up and be responsible. You don't see fucking lesbians lining up for that shit. Matter of fact, for all the news clippings, they had a guys online for this shit. I might have seen 1 or 2 chicks on these lines. And not trans, chicks. You can tell the difference a lot of the time. But yeah, man, this fucking whatever. So guys, they have this bullshit, and then they have the mutation of the avian flu. They're worried about that now. Now, of course, guys, the scientists that we have in 2023 are a bunch of bitches. I've never seen a bunch of scientists every week. They're like, we are monitoring this situation that's scaring us. I'm like, you fucking pussy. You're a scientist or a bitch. Act like a professional. Just tell us that this shit is going to get out of control or might get out of control. Don't sit there and go, this is alarmingly scary. We don't want to hear that bitchery from you. I'm telling you, man, this fucking new generation of bitches is fucking insane. The bitchosity that's going on this planet is out of control. But here in the United States, the scientists and their fucking bitchosity is at an all new level. I never even seen anything like it. They're all scared and nervous. They're like, what? You know, this is going to happen, and you guys should be scared too, like we are. Because you're a bunch of fucking cowards. You guys are fucking nerds that lived in a library a quarter of your fucking life and got laid when you were fucking 35 years old by a prostitute named Sheila with 1 fucking leg and a crooked eye. You know? Sorry. So anyway, that with all of that going on, guys, these fucking guys are just straight up and down pussies. I've never seen the shit that I've seen before. All the articles will say they're alarmingly scared about this. I'm like, what? Why? It's fucking over there. When it comes over here and kills 1 million people, then you get scared. But whatever, man. These fucking guys and their bullshit. So, guys, as I said before, and I'll say it again, WEF is definitely a part of this. The WEF, Ripco said, you know Sheila? No, he knows Sheila. I don't. But Sheila just sounds like a name of a lady with a missing eye, and a fucked up leg, and a missing eye, and fucking missing teeth, you know? Drinking her whiskey, you know, telling her, I'm not going to get into details. Sorry, I was about to go somewhere fucking really dark. But anyway, yes, those nerds, those are the same guys from MIT. They see the same fucking lady. She's the campus whore. But anyway, sorry about that. I didn't mean to go there. So, guys, the WEF is no longer hiding this. They keep stating it out in the open. They keep telling people what's it's going to be and what's going to happen. And people are like, oh, that makes sense. And the thing is, the WEF, they break down why we should have depopulation. So then, not that they're mentioning it, they're not just mentioning it and glossing over it or passing through. They are saying why we should. And Kamala Harris said it just the other day, again, at a speech or at a convention they had. So they're starting to let us know they're not shy about this. Does it make sense that, well, less people, more food, more clean water? Yes, it does make sense. But with the technology we have today, we should be able to figure it out without offing half the population or 40% of the population, whatever it is. So we have that problem. We also have the food supply problem. Dart said FedNow went live today in America. That's fine, Dart. You have to sign up for that program. So right now, as it stands, you have to sign up for FedNow. If you don't sign up for it, you don't have to worry about it. Though, a lot of companies like FedEx, big banks, Capital One, Chase, whatever, they're going to start using FedNow on their end to transfer money quickly between them and the federal government. As far as a consumer, you have to sign up for that program, and I think it's just a test run right now. I think. But I'm not worried about it, at least not yet. Now, guys, food supply, that's an issue. We have fake meat. We have 3D print meat. We have cultivated meat. Now, the 3D print meat, guys, is also cultivated. So that means it is grown in a lab. It is used, the cells are used with actual cow and or chicken. And it's printed through way of a 3D printer using enzymes and some kind of chemical, and the combination of the two creating the meat to look like steak. Now, right now, 3D printed meat is only doing steak because it's using fat and red blood cells to create that steak look. Chicken right now is not being used as such. But 3D printed meat is only being used as steak, and cultivated meat straight out of a petri dish, if you will, or a petri bag, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's chicken right now. They haven't able to grow beef from cells directly. But with 3D printed meat, it's really confusing. Because as I'm reading this, the brain is seeping out of my fucking ears. I'm like, am I fucking hearing this shit correctly? Thank you, Amanda, for the donations. I appreciate it. Wink, wink, we have the technology. Now, no, the technology for beef to be cultivated isn't there yet because it's the taste that they can't nail. They can't nail that taste. But they can nail that taste through 3D printing, which I'm like, well, if you nailed it through 3D printing, why don't you take the same... Not that I'm trying to help them out. I'm just, troubleshooting for them, I guess. But I'm not... Whatever. You know what I mean. So, guys, with that... And then we have the food supply dwindling as we speak. We have wheat that's dwindling all over the place. It's not being grown correctly. A lot of places are being flooded out. Seeds are getting washed away. So a lot of produce are not being grown correctly. They are not telling the public that just yet. Beef and chicken. Pinball is not missing. Or anyway, he's on a break, if you will. He's spending time with his daughter, I think. And he's just, he's taking time off of YouTube. Listen, everybody needs to take a time off of YouTube. I mean, I've done it, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'll probably go fucking another couple months, and then I'll take a fucking 1 week break. YouTube is not your life. I know that a lot of people, are looking to cash in, make money, whatever it is, but, you got to take a break or you're going to fucking go into meltdown mode. Hell, I was ready to cancel this live stream tonight. And it's not that I can afford it. It's that I don't need to fucking be on this every, waking moment, man. But yeah, Pinball's on vacation. He will be fine. He's resting his old bones at a senior citizen home called Shady Acres. Wait, no, Shady Acres is a psych ward. He's at the Golden Age Dawn. That's a nice old age facility. I just made that up. But whatever. No, I'm not drinking a White Russian. Trev Terror. Sorry, no. Ice Age Farmer just disappeared. I think Ice Age Farmer either had personal problems or he had a threat. One of the two. That's the only reason why you would disappear off of YouTube. His, I think, went dark too. Is Discord, right? Is it Discord? Telegram. Telegram went dark too. So yeah. I tried reaching out to him via email. He never got back to me. So what else could you do, man? So, guys, we are watching new techniques, issues, and events happen involving humans. We have overturned train cars, derailed train cars, collapsing bridges, toxic chemicals being poured into every last water supply that we can possibly drink from. We have farms, like I said, being washed away, seeds being washed away so shit can't be grown, soils being tainted as well. We're watching all of this happen in real time. And food supply is going to start dwindling, and it's going to become a real problem in the next couple of years. So now I know a lot of us YouTube channels, including myself, we thought that we were going to see this major food supply this year. Upon further research, guys, and looking at the bigger picture, it's going to take a couple of years to get there. But when it goes into full swing, the people who are not ready are going to be fucked. They're going to undoubtedly be screwed over because they didn't see this coming. Now, we are paying attention to this. We're looking at this with laser focused attention. And we're like, all right, this is what's going on here, 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 and here. This is going to start affecting the food in a couple years. So all we have to do is prepare for that. And a lot of us are doing that. A lot of us are paying close attention. Jason Smith, funny you mentioned Roseanne Barr, because the other day they had a picture of Roseanne Barr next to Madonna. And I'm like, and when you put Roseanne Barr next to Madonna, Roseanne Barr looked fucking hot. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? And the meme was, imagine if you went back in time and told people Roseanne Barr would look hotter than Madonna. And I was like, holy shit. Now listen, Roseanne Barr is not hot by a long shot. But next to this current Madonna that we're seeing, this fucking mess of a Madonna, yes, she looks like hell. So when you put Roseanne Barr next to this Madonna, you're like, what in the actual fuck is going on? The earth is going to crack in half soon. I think fucking the media is going to smash into us because people are looking at Roseanne Barr and go, holy shit, she looks better than Madonna. That's fucking insanity. That's the sign right there, guys. When I saw that, when I saw Rosie O'Donnell looking better than Madonna, I said, hell's gonna freeze over, and the four horsemen of the apocalypse are gonna come out soon. Because like, how the fuck did that happen? How did that happen? Anyway, guys, this thing that we have going on, this thing that we're seeing, this is being done by more than 3 players, right? So the 3 guys that you saw on the front cover, it's well beyond those guys. I think those guys are just a face. The people who are running the show, we are never going to see, and we're never going to know who they are. Unless we become billionaire techs and get close to those people. We're never going to find out who they are. But it's not Klaus Schwab, it's not Fauci, right? It's definitely not Biden, it's not Bill Gates. Bill Gates is funding a lot of this shit, but he is not the main controller of it. It's somebody else we're never going to see. It's probably going to be like Antonio Banderas or some shit. Like he'll come out and say, well, I'm the guy that's running the shit behind the scenes, you know? But the face to the depopulation, we're never going to know. Oprah's the devil. Why is Oprah the devil? I don't like Oprah, but yeah. Why is she the devil? Sure, skeptic. It could be Rothschild. Well, it is Rothschild. It's definitely them. It's a couple of other elite groups as well. But we're never going to see the faces of those guys. Unless they're the lizard people. Like that lady on the plane that said that guy's eye winked sideways at me. Now, here's the problem with that. There's one side of me that believes her. And the reason why I say this, and now I'm going to get into the alien territory real quick. There was a lady a couple of years ago standing in the middle of the street up by where I lived. She was standing in the street. The sun was going down, and the sun was at this perfect. So the sun has different energy levels, if you will. Right, so when the sun's just rising, you can sort of look at the sun and you get this thing resets your circadian rhythm. When the sun starts to set, that's also another time when you should be appreciating the sun. All right. Anyway, this lady's out in the middle of the fucking street as the sun's setting and making this weird fucking face. And her arms are back and she's doing this shit and she's like, and she's contorting her body as the sun is going down. I look at her and I go, what the fuck is she doing? And she stops, looks at me. Her eyes don't blink sideways, any crazy shit like that. She looks at me and fucking scurries away like a fucking rat or a lizard or some shit. I was like, that was fucking weird. And my wife goes, well, not to mention that you said that really fucking loud. I go, yeah, but wasn't that fucking crazy? She goes, that was crazy. But she goes, nonetheless, that was some fucking weird shit. So now the lady on the plane saying that, I'm like, what if she was telling the truth? What if this guy was fucking something, you know? And there's crazy people, and I've been around enough crazy people to know that this lady isn't crazy. and her conviction is what got me. But again, I could be wrong, and we're both fucking nut jobs for believing this shit. But her conviction is what got me, and she was so like straight and matter of fact, and like, I'm not sitting next to this dude. His fucking eyes blink sideways. You guys can stay in this fucking plane with him, but I'm not. And she got off the plane. Now, that reminded me of an episode of not X-File, but the other one I liked that was like X-File on Channel 5. Olivia Dunn was her name. She was an agent. What the fuck's the name of it? And they had a paradox. Leonard, what's his name? Spock was on the show. Forgot the name of the show. That was a really good fucking show, by the way. But anyway, it reminded me of an episode of that. Fringe, thank you. The episode of Fringe on the plane where the guy was having this fucking conniption and he turned into this fucking beast and the fucking plane came out of the sky. So when she said that, I was like, that's all I thought about. I was like, holy shit. So maybe she was watching too much Fringe. Not Twilight Zone, it was Fringe. Leonard Nimoy, yes, he was on the show for a short time. That was a good show, man. It's too bad they had to end it. But anyway, that's what the episode reminded me of when she was talking that shit. So there was a side of me that believed her, but then there was a side of me that was like, was she drinking too much before she got on the plane? Or did she do fucking fentanyl? Well, if she did fentanyl, she wouldn't be acting like that. But anyway, like, there's things I entertain in my head. You know, I just like, what if she's telling the truth? What if she was high? What if she's drunk and high? Right? But she didn't stumble. She didn't slur her words. She was pretty straight and matter of fact about it. Or you're right, that could have been Sheila. Who knows? But Sheila gave Dickface Johnny an STD. We're going to start that rumor, start passing it around, by the way. But anyway, guys, the depopulation's in full swing. And they are spreading it out and not keeping it under one event. And we're going to see other events where they're going to allow more people to do more things, like the assistance of offing yourself. They're going to lower that to anybody can do it. Just as long as you say that publicly and on paper that you want to do this, will allow you to do it. Like the movie, like the TV show Silo. I want to go outside, you know. And they're like, oh, what? You want to go where? Okay, out you go. It's the same thing. I want to be a part of the MAID program. And they're going like, okay, sign this paper right here. And they put you in the room, you take some drugs, you go to sleep, you never wake up again. You know? So, I mean, there's a lot of avenues this can go down. I see it going down to the point where they're going to let any Tom, Dick, and Harry do it. Well, Purge is going to come. I think we're going to see Purge, but probably in 20, 30 years. I don't think we're going to see it soon. Everything, guys, has to be the frog in a pot technique. You got to let things fester over time. You got to introduce things over time. You can't shock the system with it because they're going to take a stand. Look what happened with Snow White, right? They introduced the Seven Dwarfs and people were fucking pissed. Even liberals were like, what the fuck is this shit? And so now it looks like they're going to have to reshoot that whole thing. So, or they don't and they lose millions of dollars on it. Like Barbie. Like, you know what I don't understand, guys? I'm a little confused right now. There is a thing right now with Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Why in the actual fuck are we comparing the Barbie movie to Oppenheimer? One movie is for fucking morons and idiots and children, and another movie is for intellects and people who want to learn about the process of the nuclear bomb, or atom bomb rather. Why are we pitting an idiot's movie up against an intelligent movie? And if I was Christopher Nolan, I would be fucking pissed that they're comparing my Oppenheimer to a moronic movie. Who is Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer was the creator of the atom bomb. Or rather, the guy, not the creator of the atom bomb, sorry. He was the guy that helped America detonate an atom bomb. To use it as a weapon. To make it into a weapon. Anyway, with that, guys, they're sitting there. Hold on. So, for those who don't know who Oppenheimer is Robert Robert Oppenheimer. He's a theoretical physicist who helped America figure out the atom bomb. And I think he got it to detonate before Russians because they were racing against Russia. There's a whole story on him, but he created the first nuclear weapon known as the Manhattan Project. A lot of you heard the Manhattan Project. Robert Oppenheimer, or J. Robert Oppenheimer, was involved in that. I don't want to say he headed it, but he was involved in it. So anyway, guys, and if you don't know who the Manhattan Project is, you got to do some more research. Here's the problem: everybody knows who Barbie is, right? And listen, Margot Robbie for Barbie, not for nothing, I'm gonna be a dick and make this dick comment. Her chest wasn't big enough, and her dimensions were off. That being said, I still don't understand why they're comparing Oppenheimer, the movie Oppenheimer, to the Barbie movie. That's like fucking comparing. Let's take a good movie. I don't know. That's like comparing Saving Private Ryan to Sharknado. You can't do it. But they're comparing the Barbie movie to Oppenheimer. I don't understand. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? How the hell are we comparing an idiot's movie to an intellect movie? Holy shit. And then people like, I'm going to see both movies. You're a fucking moron. If you are a grown-ass adult going to see the Barbie movie with a transgender Barbie and a gay Ken, you are fucking stupid. Sorry. Whatever. Now, if you're going to see it because you want to have fun, fine. But to compare the two and say, I bought tickets for both movies, you're a fucking idiot. Go see Oppenheimer and learn some shit and then do your own research. We all know what Barbie is. It's a fucking big titty doll who's running around fucking seducing Ken. But in the movie, Ken is the bad guy. Barbie is trying to break down the male patriarch. It's a fucking bullshit fucking storyline. But yet somehow they're comparing Oppenheimer to fucking the Barbie movie. Oh my god. And for those of you that are curious, type in Oppenheimer trailer on YouTube. Watch the Oppenheimer trailer. Then type in the Barbie trailer and compare the two. And I guarantee you'll stop about 10 seconds into the Barbie trailer after you watch the Oppenheimer trailer. What the fuck is going on? Like, idiocracy is fucking real. We're comparing. I don't want to, you know what? I don't want to start this rant because I'm never going to fucking stop, and I got to go on the Angry Truth channel in a couple minutes. Oh, God. Are you going to do more traveling soon? Alvin, I will be doing, thank you for the donation, by the way, and I will be doing more traveling soon in the next couple of weeks. But, yeah, watch seriously, the fuck. Barbie movie versus the, whatever. Anyway, guys. With that being said, I'm going to go off the air before I go into another full fucking rant. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the donations. I'm heading over to the Angry Truth channel and starting that about now. All right, guys? So see you guys in about 1 minute or less than that.